Good morning, everybody. My name is Jennifer Squires, and here we make, paint, create, sew, and have fun. You could bake if you want to, just let me know. Today is the first day we're going to be actually working on the Autumn Witch project, and we're going to be sewing the shift shirt. So this is a pattern I'm using, Butterick 3072, and I'm going to be making this shirt. I've made this shirt before, and I have found previously that the shoulders are far too wide because it's obviously drafted for a man. So I've already taken in the shoulders in the pattern. I'm also going to make the sleeves sit about here, and I have my lace, this one here. This is going to be my collar and my cuffs. So the mission for today, is just to get the pieces cut out. And I also plan to make the body pieces, the front and back, longer so that they go to at least my knees. So I'm going to put on the shirt I've made previously, find out where it sits, and then measure how much longer I want to make it, because I want it to function as a shift also. Also, since I'm using a sheet to make it, which is apparently Egyptian cotton, but you know, I'm going to try and take advantage of the already hemmed edge, or maybe if I'm feeling fancy, this edge here. I don't know how much of it there's going to be, but hopefully there's enough. So let's set up to cut these pieces out.
All season with anxiety to see if it was going to work out, and it actually worked out. And so this is actually a hair past its prime. These were probably due to be picked like 2 weeks ago, and the way you can tell is if you just prick them. Yeah, you can totally tell. So what happens is when it's clear liquid that comes out, that's a little bit early. You want to wait until it's like a milky liquid, which it was a little while ago. Now it's just
What I'm going to do,
so they're a little bit past their prime.
I'm going to add 13 inches onto the hem.
It is the tiniest.
Okay, so I have everything pinned and cut out. So I've got my 2 pieces of lace for lace for the cuffs, lace for the collar. This is a placket piece. And we've got our sleeves and our front and our back. And now, since that didn't take me too long, I might try also get the shoulder seams and the side seams of the body pieces done today. And I'm going to use French seaming throughout so that it survives better in the wash. Okay, so here I have the front and back pieces of the shift shirt all sewn together and pressed. I utilised this edge, and this should give me more of a petticoat type effect on the bottom. I have sewn French seams everywhere. Now this neckline looks rather large, but it's going to get gathered up into our collar, and this split from here to here is where we're going to have our front placket to get in and out of our shirt a lot more easily. And I think I've still got a bit of time today. I might start working on the sleeves, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we might even be able to finish this tomorrow or the day after. Hi, it's the next day. I did get quite a lot done on the sleeves last night off camera, so let me show you what I've done. So this is one complete sleeve. We've got our lace. I've whip stitched on the outside the lace, and on the inside, because I took advantage of the already hemmed edge of the sheet, then hand stitched it so that it lay flat. So this is a little sleeve. It's very little, I guess, could be witchy, could be cottagecore, somewhere within that aesthetic. Not historically accurate, but historically adjacent. And these pins here, on both sides, one here, mark where the gathering stitch will go so that the sleeve head will kind of gather down and go into the arm's eye. So this sleeve is complete and ready to go in. This sleeve just needs some more stitching along the inside between this pin here and this pin here, and then this sleeve is ready to go in. And then I will insert the sleeves and then get to work on stay stitching the slit down the front, put it in the placket, which will protect the raw edge. Pardon me, why do I always burp in these videos? It will protect the raw edge, and then I will put in the collar and then some buttons. Now I have French seamed everything so that this is machine washable. So this is a French seam. So the way a French seam works, for those who don't know, is you will sew it with the right sides together. So let me find a piece of fabric better for this. Okay, this is just going to have to do. Okay, so what you would, sleeves are normally on the inside, so when you sew something, you sew it inside out. But you're going to sew this the right way out so that all the sleeves are on the outside, and then you're going to trim it as close to the stitching line as possible. Then you'll fold it so that it is inside out, and then stitch it, and then all of your raw edges are contained so that when you wear it, your garment, nothing is visible from the outside, and all those little raw edges that usually fray and will eventually cause the breakdown of the thing you've made is protected, which will make your garment last longer, which will also make washing easier. So this means I'll be able to delicate wash this in the washing machine rather than hand washing it, although I probably will prefer to hand wash it, especially in the summertime, because it's easier to line dry than to run up the power bill. So that is a French seam. The only place I can't do a French seam is this seam here, so it'll be the arm's eye. So what I'm going to do for that is I've got this cotton eyelet lace, which I'm going to stitch down over the seams on the inside where the arms and the sleeves join, and I'm going to, I'll use this as an example, the seam here will be where the arm connects to the body of the garment, and I'm going to sew it down on both sides to protect the seam from being seamed. And I'll also do that, I think, around the collar where the lace attaches on. So that is the plan. I'm going to finish up this sleeve and then get the sleeves inserted, and then we'll come back to, I've lost a pin, this is not good. Found it. We'll come back and see, then we'll do the neck collary situation, give everything a really good press, and then we should be done. Okay, so I have the lace binding pinned on to these, cover the seams of the shoulders here and here, pinned on, ready to go, and I have the collar pinned in, ready to be sewn, and then after that is stitched on, lace binding, and then buttons, and then that's everything. So this is an afternoon of hand sewing. Okay, there we go. The lace binding is on the inside of the collar, in the arm's eye. Now it's time for the last thing, which is buttons and buttonholes. thought about using the wooden buttons, and then I realised if I want to use this piece for other things, it's probably better to go something a little bit more inconspicuous. So I checked my giant bag of buttons and I found 4 matching whitish buttons, and I'm going to use these instead. That way I can wear this with multiple other stays and skirts. Here we go. I put an extra button in right here because it was gaping a bit, but there is all done. Here is the finished product. I love how the collar and the cuffs turned out. They are soft yet stiff enough to stand on their own, and I'm happy I was able to incorporate the already finished edge of the sheet into the hem. If you like this video and would like to see how the rest of the Autumn Witch project turns out, comment, share, subscribe, please our algorithm overlords, and we will see you next week.